important to ask this morning is to make you feel welcome, as we all look forward to a day of conversation with our elders who are here to share knowledge about life.
This is an open conversation. We have a wealth of knowledge on the panel. We have a wealth of knowledge with our youth, and we want this to be an engaging session so that when you leave here today, you leave better than you came. I think a lot of times, a lot of our lives' difficulties come simply because we don't have that person to talk to. So I'm honored to present to you a panel with a wealth of knowledge of gentlemen that have succeeded in their careers.
How would you say I find my purpose in life?
Listen, you have to understand before you find your purpose who you are. Yeah? Listen, this is the year, the time of years where you're trying to find out who you are. The adolescent years. We're trying to identify, who am I?
At the time when I was at Clayton University, my whole goal was to play basketball overseas. So I continued to work hard, but I started seeing that fashion was my passion. So I would say to younger males, don't be afraid to take risks. And don't be afraid to make that second option, because you never know what God has placed for you. Fashion gave me the opportunity to meet people, gave me the opportunity to help young men help their wardrobe out, because a lot of young men don't even know how to tie a tie or don't even know how to put proper clothes together. So my main purpose, I started discovering that was making me happy. Not only making me happy, but it was helping other people out.
Number one, I think a lot of people ask the question on how you find your purpose. I tell people don't start there. First, find your passion. Once you find your passion is going to let you know where your purpose is.
If you focus on the things you want to do in life, as much as you want to breathe, you'll succeed in whatever you want to do. I guarantee it. If you make what you want to do in life your priority, your goal, and your focus, no one can stop you from doing anything you want to do. I go home now, no one ever believed I was going to be a police officer. I was growing up telling them I'm going to be a police officer. They see where I grew up at. You ain't never going to be a cop. You'll never be a police officer. You ain't no cop. You ain't got it in you. That was my drive and my focus. You tell me I can, I'm going to show you I can. No one can hold you back from whatever you want to do. It's all here. The environment, the surroundings, that have nothing to do with your mentality and your goals and your focus. No one can tell you no. When a door closes, that means another door is going to open, the one that you're supposed to go through. So if you think your opportunity closed because that door just shut on you, that ain't where you're supposed to be yet.
I think the attendees, they made a connection. They really identified with the panelists. They did not feel the panelists were talking at them or down to them. They were able to identify with the panelists, and with the panelists being so open, giving them contact information, asking for their contact information, saying, I want to help. This is not just a one-day thing. They connected. That's the most, I really feel that was so beneficial. They connected.
A man on the panel said that the communication between adolescents and adults has gone down, and it's harder for you guys to communicate. But how has it gone down, and how do we improve on that?
You said that it's gone down. I think the communication is different. And so, like anything, effective communication is about understanding language, right? Oftentimes in communication, what we do, we already go in with assumptions about what that person is going to say, or you're already thinking about what you're going to say before they even say it, correct? And so therefore you have this confrontation or this conflict, oftentimes in communication, it makes it very difficult to move forward. But if you seek first to understand, then be understood, it breaks down the communication barriers.
There's so much that we can do together. Grown folks got to get it together first now. And we need to understand that they are a reflection of us. We sometimes spend too much time criticizing children. You're criticizing yourself. You're criticizing yourself. If we're not talking, then don't get upset because they're not talking to us.
When we talk about exposure, our net worth is our network. What would you recommend to these guys to get that exposure needed? We talked a little bit about the mentor, but what are some real practical, simple things that they can walk away from this thing right now and start doing right now?
Young men, I love everything you do. I love the creativity. I love that you're strong-willed. Understand this, and this is an important thing to take with you. There are primary cultures and there are secondary cultures in life. Your primary culture is what you do and what you learn at home. It's important. It's the essence of you. But you will step into other places like this gentleman's church, into schools, into places of work, into other places where your primary culture may be your guiding force if it's a good primary culture, But everything you do in your primary culture will not be accepted in that secondary culture, i.e., sagging pants. That may be fine in the primary culture, and I'm not here to judge anything. I don't even know if they still judge pants. I hope they don't, because I think it's the worst thing since the Jerry curl. But when you get to church, we're not sagging pants. We're adapting. We're not sagging pants at school. We're adapting to that culture so we can be successful in it. When we get back home with the boys and everybody wants to sag pants for whatever reason that is, I don't know, then go for it. Step into this culture, you got to learn how to decode.
So you hearing about these meetings because my grandma, she does the neighborhood watch and all that. And she keeps coming home and she always tells me about how y'all talk about helping the youth. What exactly are you doing to help the youth?
My commitment to you is I have a card with my information on it. You need information? My number is available 24/7. It's a cell phone number on there. Pick up the phone and call me. Pick up the phone, you need information, you call me. You need something done, call me. If you need help doing something, give me a call. I work for the citizens of this county. I'm just not a police officer. That's just not my title. My title is I work for you.
I will spend the rest of my career trying to make sure you and everybody like you finds their genius. Finds their genius, that they have a great teacher who is approachable, okay? That they have great programs in the school district, because being a public educator is not my job, it's my ministry. And because I have 2 children, and because I know sometimes you all suffer, because I cannot take the face of my children off of my children and put them on your body and feel the same way I feel about my children when I see you suffer, that will continue to be my life's work.
My big thing I'm hoping to attendees gain is a desire to see some systemic change. A lot of times we continue to have dialogue, talking and going back and forth, but there needs to be some real tangible things. I think that my hope is that they'll learn to use technology to get some solutions, researching the things that they want to do, making contacts with those individuals that can open doors for them, and as well just to have the level of confidence of knowing that there are people around in the community right now that actually want to help these kids to succeed. So hopefully before they leave out here today, they'll have met 2 to 3 people that can be instrumental in helping them to get to their next place in life.
When we talk about smart communities, it's always about a two-way communication. It's always important that you may be able to impart knowledge, but you always got to be willing to receive knowledge as well. So these type of opportunities that we have is important, that not only do you feel like you can give, but you also know that you can get.
Life ain't easy. If we were to take a poll in this panel right now, I'm not gonna look at them. We all are probably one decision away of not being where we are right now. We've had some bumps, some bruises, some hurdles we had to climb. We failed, but we got back up. I encouraged because I was encouraged.
And my question is, how do you identify that decision? How do you know that you made the right one?
I could just say, for me, more likely have the spiritual connection. A strong spiritual connection that you know God can guide you and going to continue to push forward for you. Pretty much wiping people away that you don't need in your life. Making sure that specific opportunities for you are for you. No matter what, he's going to get you where you need to be.
The fact that you're still standing here today, young man, you're still alive, and you're still thriving. You have another opportunity to make another decision that's going to affect you still standing there and being alive and thriving. The whole point of this thing is to make a decision that you know is going to be best for you. Are all decisions popular? No, because you may lose a few friends, but then if you lose them, were they truly your friend? Okay? But what you need to understand is your life is what matters. And every decision that you make is going to affect some part of your life. Now, where do you want to go and where do you want to be in life? That's the thought process you have. Our whole attitude in life starts with a single thought.
And what I want you to do is to tell all of these guys around, I want to make sure you can see because there are a lot of them. I want you to tell them what you're pledging to do in the next 30 days. I won't even say 60 days. We need immediate answers. We have to remain engaged with these kids. What is your plan for the next 30 days to help engage this community, our future?
Oftentimes as adults, and even in places that we sit, we make assumptions about what we think you want, and we really don't know. So my commitment, Mr. Clark, is to listen. I think we need to try to develop this venue or vehicle by which you know that you can come and talk to folk, and we're not providing you our thoughts and our philosophy and our infinite wisdom about who we think you are. I think I want to be in a position of listening. So my commitment to you is bringing me information that maybe I'm not understanding, and you provide me context of things that you would like to see, and I want to listen to try to figure out how to take the information you provided to me and try to implement those respective changes or those programs in a way that means something to you. So that's my commitment.
I live here in Clayton County. I enjoy being here in Clayton County. I'm invested in Clayton County. I'm just going to continue to do what I do and stay committed to that. And those who have, again, I like that, programs, let us know about those. If you invite me, I'll come. And if I see you, if you see me, know that we can talk. A lot of times we walk right past each other and won't even say good morning or good afternoon. First of all, that needs to stop. And that's that being that non-judgmental person.
One of the things that we always like to do at these events is to make a donation to an organization in the community that is working for young people or for just the betterment of young boys. And this year, we are going to, on behalf of the GEO Group, we're making a donation of $1,500 to the Do It for Kahlin Foundation.
We are just really excited to do a lot of great things in the community and spread awareness about something that I did not know about, but it seems to be happening to a lot of our youth. So that's what Do It for Kahlin Foundation is about, and we look forward to serving the community and our youth. So thank you so much. Thank you, Commissioner.
Well, the Alpha Metro Academy started last year. Again, that is sponsored by the Pi Gamma Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated. We started the Metro and Cap Academy because we know the need for youth to have men that are concerned about them, that want to see their lives better, to have someone that they can talk to be connected with.
I mentioned before, Brother Jay Payshow, he just has done so much for this community and just has left such a lasting legacy. And I know today we only focus on the program that he basically started for young people, but there's so many other programs, and we just really, at Clayton County Board of Commissioners, we just really felt it was worthy just to honor his life, especially for what he brought to this district.
One of the things that's indicative of this conversation with my brother, he embodied what we call stretching yourself. One of the things we talk about from a community perspective is that leadership is more than just standing out. It's about ensuring that you do all the things you can to make the community better. And he understood that not just from his leadership from the Pi Gamma Lambda chapter, and not just his work with the Boy Scouts, but he also understood that with his work with his family. So it was an honor. He led by example. He's someone that I looked up to and really paved the way for what we're doing here in Clayton County as it relates to our mentoring program. So again, on behalf of Clayton County Board of Commissioners, and more importantly, Commissioner Gregory, thank you to the Payshow family for what you continue to do and giving of Jay so that ultimately he continue to provide leadership in this community. So thank you.
Well, one of the things I think that was mentioned in the panel discussion is possibly bringing to the board the idea of a youth services department, because definitely we need to connect with our youth. And to those young people who were not here today, we are going to continue to work until we reach all the youth in this county so that we can make a positive difference in their lives. So we're going to keep on with different services, connecting with our churches, connecting with our fraternities. We're going to keep on just whatever organization. We're not in competition. We're all have the same end goal, and we're going to keep on till we've connected everyone until we can impact their lives in a positive way.